Hi, Kit Davy here. Today I want to show you how to make what I call a Zig Zag accordion book. Here's an example of one. It's a long triangular piece of paper attached to the inside cover here and here. And this one's held in place with like a little belly band. And here's another example of one that even has some cuts in the accordion folds, and the paper is blue on one side and kind of tan on the other. To make the accordion zigzag book, you're going to need a few tools: scissors, a ruler, a pencil with an eraser, an X-Acto knife, a brush, a bone folder, if you have one. You don't need one necessarily, an eraser, and if you have a yardstick or a long ruler that's 24 inches long, that would be helpful. And then glue. I like to use PVA glue. And then to keep your brushes fresh or from drying out, you want to have a little jar of water and maybe a brush nearby. The paper goods you need to make this book have different components. There's one really long piece of paper that gets folded, and that piece of paper should be 2 inches wide by 24 inches long. And paper that could work for that are wrapping paper, maybe if you glue a couple pieces of scrapbooking paper together, or wallpaper. So 2 inches by 24 inches. Then for the covers, you need 2 pieces of mat board or chipboard, book board, davy board, that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. You need 2 of those. And then paper to cover the covers, 1 piece of paper that's 3 1/2 by 6 1/2. And it's nice if it's a different color, the paper that covers the cover, if it's a different color than the pages inside, just for fun. Okay, and then you need a piece of paper to cover the inside of the cover, like this. That's going to get glued here, and that should be 2 inches by 4 1/4. And if you want to create the belly band, this piece of paper is about 3/8 of an inch wide by about 5 1/2 inches long. So those are the various components: 2 by 24, 2 pieces of mat board, paper to cover the cover, paper to cover the inside of the cover, and a belly band. We're going to start by cutting out this long piece of paper that creates the zigzags. Okay, and on the left it's going to start at 2 inches, and then it's going to taper down all the way on the other end to about 3/8 of an inch. So what we do is take our pencil and a ruler and mark off 3/8 of an inch right here. And then this is where your yardstick comes in handy, or your 24-inch measuring device. And you're going to put it on the diagonal. I'm sorry, it doesn't come all the way on the screen here, because we want to position it on the diagonal so that we start at 2 inches and it slopes down to the 3/8 down here. Sorry, you can't see it that well. Okay, so to show you where I'm going to be cutting, I used my 24-inch metal ruler. So start at 2 inches, and I slope down all the way to the end of the paper, and this measurement here is 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting along this pencil line with my X-Acto knife. So now that I have my long skinny piece of paper that's 2 inches on the left hand side and 3/8 of an inch all the way down here at 24 inches. I'm going to go ahead and score at every 2 inches. So I'm going to use my ruler, and I am going to use my bone folder. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, every 2 inches. And so on. Now it's time to fold this long strip of paper accordion style. So I'm starting with the 2-inch side here, and I'm going to fold it over to the left, and then I'm just going to start zigzagging. So I folded the right panel over to the left, and then I'm going to turn it on its side because it's a little easier to fold. And since I scored at every 2 inches, you can see that it's fairly easy to fold back and forth and back and forth. I'm going to set aside the accordion, the Zig Zag accordion for now, and it's time to cover the covers. So you need your 2 pieces of mat board and then the paper that's going to cover the cover. And I'm going to put some paper on my work surface here. You also need your paintbrush and your glue. And I'm going to use this handy dandy glue bot to, it's called a glue bot, GLU-BOT, to squeeze the glue onto the mat board. So what I'll be doing is putting the mat board's covers on this paper, which is going to cover the covers, and I'm going to leave about 3/8 of an inch in between each piece. And that is so we have some space for the thickness of the book. Once I have the mat board stuck to the paper that's going to cover the covers, I need to angle in towards the corners so that I can get a good fit on when I want to wrap around the cover like a present. Okay, so I trimmed those sides in. And now I'm going to apply glue on each one of these flaps and create a good look on the front of the cover. So I've covered the outside of the covers, and now I need to use my inside cover piece to cover the inside of the cover. So I have the inside cover piece applied, and I'm just going to very gently use my bone folder to create a space for the text block or the pages, and to kind of make a more defined crease. Okay, so I just used my bone folder and I gently pressed so that my text block has space. Now that I've finished my cover and folded my pages, it's time to glue the pages to the inside of the cover. So see how this part of the book is open and the flat page starts getting glued here rather than the other way. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, like a maybe 3/8 of an inch wide bit of glue on the end, and I'm going to position that page pretty close to the crease of the spine. I'm double checking to make sure that it fits. Yeah, it fits in there well. Okay, and then it lifts off and away like that. And then I'm going to put glue on the last bit here, the skinny part. And I'm going to be gluing that face down, I guess you would say, to the inside. See how I turned it around, and it's going to get positioned. Oh, I think I need to cut a little bit off of this. It's a little bit longer than 2 inches. So I'm going to put that there and make sure that, yep, it folds up great. And that is how you create the Zig Zag Accordion Book. So this is the paper I'm going to use for the belly band, and I'm just going to position it so there's maybe 1 inch up here at the top and the rest is sticking down. It's behind. And then I'm going to fold it over the cover and that first page, and then I'm going to bring it underneath and fold that over. And you can see I need to cut off a little bit of excess. So I'll just get out my scissors. Okay, and I'll put a little daub of glue here and press that. I want it to be somewhat loose so it can slide around. Okay, and then when the book is closed, that belly band can get moved around, and it helps. So it's more of a decorative thing, but it helps hold that first page in place. And there you have it, a Zig Zag accordion book made with multiple colors and papers, and ta-da-da, have fun.